What's going on, everybody? My name is Brad. Welcome to Own the Chaos, where we talk about everything OTC stocks, or over-the-counter stocks, if you're not familiar with what that term is. So what we do is we find stocks that, typically are penny stocks, but we also find them much smaller, fractions of a penny, and we do due diligence on them and make educated decisions on, could this be a potential, value within this particular stock. So welcome. And so what I do normally is, especially this Stock Watch Sunday. This is, again, my second video on Sunday. Don't want to go into any length, but basically what we do is we break down stocks to watch for the week. And now that we're at the beginning of July, we're talking about stocks to watch for the month of July. And so feel free to, offer some a ticker symbol with maybe some due diligence that maybe we can go ahead and look at it together over here in the chat box for you. And so yeah, what I'd like to do is just kind of, again, welcome everybody here. If you're here for the first time, welcome. I hope that I can earn your subscription and smash that like button if you learned something today. And so, Alan, what's going on? Ray, Luke, what's going on, guys? Nice to see you. Just want to check, make sure everything's good here. Bear with me. Okay, so it looks like we're all set to go. So there's three stocks that I'm watching in particular this week. And so they're going to be KALY, PACV, and IMTV. And so what I'm going to do is, as I'm going to start doing traditionally on these Stock Watch Sundays, is just kind of break those down. Why do I see value in those? And go from there. So if you are new, again, to this channel, I encourage you to check out the community that we all belong to within Own the Chaos and beyond, and that is We Trade HQ. What we do there at We Trade HQ, it's a community where we connect investors and day traders alike, and we, just share ideas and learn from each other. And it's not just directed towards over-the-counter stocks. It's whatever you're trading. If it's Bitcoin or cryptocurrency rather, Forex, options, anything, any niche within the market that you're trading, we want to be of service to you. And that's what we do at WeTradeHQ.com. I also encourage you to check out my Penny Stock Mastery course that I have on there as well. And we're running a sale through the 4th of July. We've got $30 off that course that you can take. And then, we also have other mentorships and that sort of thing that we offer as well. There's actually going to be a giveaway of some sort coming up soon, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So let me just welcome a couple other people here. Miguel, Sircon, Sharon, hey, what's going on? Dylan, Angelina, nice to see you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So let me share my screen here with you, as I always do. Look at that good-looking guy. All right, so IMTV. IMTV has been one that's been gaining a lot of traction lately, and here's why. This is one that I covered earlier in the week when I identified that solid support at 0017 there, that nice bottom support we got in at right around that price, and it's done pretty well so far since then. But why is it doing this? Why is it running so well, and why is it getting all this attention? Well, IMTV is a media company, or they're an event company, I should say. And so I actually have this pulled up here. This is how we do some of our due diligence. So I'm looking at various news sources, right? So IMTV announced here on the 29th that they are changing venues to RC Cola plant in Woodwood, Miami. It was at another venue in Miami, and it was too small because they found that they were selling a lot of tickets for this, and they could potentially sell out. So on July 28th, they announced their lineup. So they got 6ix9ine here, Yo Gotti, Juice WRLD. I know you guys know a lot, and I know a lot of you know who Juice is. And for me personally, I listen to a lot of these people as well. The only one that I'm actually familiar with, to be honest with you, is Juice WRLD. I know he's big right now. A little bit of emo rap, I believe. And so these are some pretty big names. I mean, guys, we're talking about the OTC here. So this kind of thing doesn't necessarily happen too often in the OTC. where you have big name people bringing in revenue for you. It's rare that that sort of thing happens, in my opinion, and that is why I continue to see value in this. It looks to me that IMTV is got quite the budget for this show, and this is a summer festival that they have, that they're bringing these big names in, and it could bring a lot of revenue. So why does that matter? Because it's going to increase the valuation of the company. So if we go here, they've been coming out with all sorts of news, and it all seems very legit. So for those of you who aren't used to doing due diligence on over-the-counter stocks, I always encourage you to bookmark OTC Markets. It is a wealth of information for any OTC stock. It gives you the rundown on it. So just go to the search bar here, type in IMTV. So IMTV has had lots of news come out. So we can go here and check it out on news. They've paid $50,000 in debt off here. Over the last couple of weeks, they've actually paid off, look, another $120,000 in debt. So that's another big catalyst for IMTV. IMTV just doing a lot of really good things. And if you look at their security details, you can see their share structure here. It's actually not a whole lot going on there, but I can tell you just by the way it's trading. So if you can see here that it's not taking a whole lot of volume to really move this stock. It's pretty nice to see, actually. You know, there was some small volume before it really started taking off, that they were going to be having this festival with all these big names. And so it's definitely going to be a huge revenue driver for IMTV. So that is why I'm sticking in this one. You know, I showed you guys that we found the bottom of this stock at 0017 and have been riding it since then. Obviously I got in late to the game, but was able to at least identify a strong bottom support to be able to get into and feel safe and confident in that. And in my opinion, it looks like we're seeing higher lows and even higher highs. There's a little bit of downtrend here in the last couple of days, only because there hasn't been much going on as far as news is concerned up until the end of this past week. Which this was Thursday that I had gotten into it and had gone over that bottom place. So it looks like it's going to start reversing here, especially based off of news, in my opinion. Okay, so let me just go back, make sure that we're all good here. Make sure everybody's tuning in, so it looks like everybody's good. Okay, so the next one, KALY. So this one was actually one to watch for in June, but all that news that came out on KALY, turns out that it was a fake account. It was a fake Twitter account that we had, or that, not us. I don't want to say we had. Good grief. But KALY came out with a fake Twitter account and even a fake website. And so the real KALY actually fought to bring that down. They actually took down that Twitter account. I actually went and looked to see if I could find that Twitter account that had been released. And so the actual KALY company had that website taken down and had the Twitter account taken down as well, successfully. But why is it on my watch list now? Well, because they actually came out with legitimate news from the actual company. And so we actually went out and called KALY as well, and they obliged to our request that the news was legitimate. So here's a shareholder update on that. That's why a lot of us got in. And so I was fortunate enough to realize that, the downturn in KALY the first time. So there was still money to be made. This, I think, is going to be much more legitimate. And so the CEO was pleased to announce the update on corporate developments and their future. And, there's just a lot of good things. The volume was starting to come back once people realized, okay, KALY is for real now. And the one thing that I do like about KALY is their share structure. And why do we care about share structure so much? Well, because if you have a large share structure, so I don't know what the heck that's doing in there. I'm going to delete that real quick. So KALY came out with news, and we like a smaller share structure because it doesn't take a whole lot of buying power to move that share structure. So that's what's happened here. So you can see here all this buying and selling came when people realized that the news had in fact been fake. But why does this not fake, or what red flags can we see? Well, as I've shown you guys in previous videos on how to spot scams within a stock, one of the red flags I showed you was that contact information wasn't there the last time, and so this is one of those boxes we were going to check off. So this is the one we're going to tick. So KLY Inc. You can see their phone number there. You're more than welcome to call them, and they will verify that this news is correct and accurate. And so, or you can email them as well. We got a hold of live people when we called them within our group, and so this was just to solidify, in my opinion, that KLY was legit. So if we go there and check out their share structure, it's really not bad. When I go over, what I like when I see float, that float's super tiny. And, of course, this is out of date a little bit, so they're looking to get current, and we know that because there's going to be a stop sign there. So while the share structure, that float's going to be much larger than that, what I like here, that the transfer agent has at least updated the AS and the OS recently. So even if the OS, if the float is anywhere near this, it's still not a terrible amount. So the float still is not going to be a very high at all compared to some of the 000 stocks that we've seen. So, and the way that it's moving, I mean, I'd say that it's pretty thin still, in my opinion. So if we go down and look at the hourly chart here, you can see that not a whole lot of volume it takes here, in my opinion, to really move this thing. And for it to be a 000 stock and be moving that quickly, it's kind of a no-brainer, in my opinion, that it's really a low floater, thinly traded stock. So saw a little bit of pullback, obviously, on Friday, but we typically see that on Fridays, right? So Fridays are usually a sell day for a lot of investors, people who are not looking to stay into something very long. So it's not really all that unusual, but we did see highs of about 0011. I called this out and got in at 0005. And so I think we're just going to go ahead and continue to see where KALY goes in the future. Obviously, I think that they're looking to get current. That will probably be one of their priorities for them to take care of. And, we'll see. So, again, this is going to be one to watch. I want to just kind of emphasize that, these Stock Watch Sundays are just that. They're stocks to watch. These aren't stocks that you should buy into unless you feel confident and have done your own due diligence and made a plan to do so. So, all right. So, last one is PACV. Now, I know that this is one we've been playing for the better part of June, but I think, in my opinion, that this is going to continue to see some really nice movement, and this is why. So you can see the previous highs, even just this year, were 26 cents and higher. And with PACV, they have this product out from a company that they've acquired called Snowbars. And if you look through PACV, they are announcing how much they're actually selling this stuff. So it's just being sold all over the place, well over 100 stores. And they are also selling it in a lot of country music festivals, as you can see here. So it's going to create a lot more revenue. So this is just one of those startups, in my opinion, that I think we're going to see a lot more volume, or buying power rather, and people who had got in this early, got into the bottom floor, in my opinion. The other thing is that the stock dividend was a nice driver for PACV. And for those of you who hold 100 shares or more, will receive 1 share for every 100 held. So if you have, say, for example, 6,000 shares of PACV, you would receive 600 more shares. And some people might say that, hey, well, this smells like dilution, or this doesn't this add to the share structure? And yeah, sure. I mean, maybe it definitely does, but it goes back to the owner. So you yourself are holding on to more shares, and which is a good thing. It's a dividend. It's not a cash dividend like some of those bigger stocks that you might think of. But if you're holding a pretty considerable position, say you have 100,000 shares or more, you're getting 10,000 free shares, which means more money once that stock goes up. So the value of that's free shares. You're getting free money basically if that stock continues to rise after you get that stock dividend. So you have to be in by Monday, I believe it was. Let me go back and just double check that. I want to confirm that because I don't want to say anything that's wrong. So yeah, shareholders holding the required number of shares on Monday, July 2nd, which is tomorrow, will receive a dividend from the company. So if you're interested in looking at PACV, I think dividends are always a positive thing, and we'll see what happens. I think we'll see a nice little run up on Monday for PACV, and just because people are looking to try to get in on that dividend. So if you're looking to get into that, obviously do your own due diligence and make a plan to make an entry and make a plan to get out, make an exit, and stick to that. Don't deviate from any of that. That's what I preach into my course all the time. Don't buy anything based off of anybody else's opinion. Always have a plan, and don't invest in something that you have no idea about. Don't just buy something that is all willy-nilly. Just because somebody else said that it was a great buy, or just because it's on my stock watch Sundays. Just don't fall into that trap. It's not that I'm trying to deceive you or anything like that. It's just you're going to make much better trades if you're the one steering or driving the wheel, or steering the wheel. If you're in the driver's seat. Yeah, that's what I want to say. If you're in the driver's seat, you're going to make much better trades and much better decisions, and formulate much better plans to stick to once you develop that system that we all have within Own the Chaos and We Trade HQ. So let me go back here and just kind of read some of the comments here to see if anybody has any pending questions or anything they want me to go over. All right. Lots of KALY fans made a nice jump last run on KALY. Yeah. PACV needs to sell snow pops or snow bars at IMTV's event. So yeah, the snow bars, they're actually alcoholic ice creams, basically what it is, and so that's why it's kind of like flying off the shelves here. Will the stock drop after dividends are paid out? It usually drops by the price of, so somebody looks like they were answering. Usually drops by the price of the amount of the dividend. So in theory, it should drop by 1%. Yeah, it's a little bit different when it's a share dividend and it's not a cash dividend. So when it's a cash dividend, yeah, I think, in my opinion, that it impacts the price of the stock more so than when it's a share-driven dividend. But we'll see. Oftentimes it has no impact. It doesn't change it at all. But it's later on down the road where it will be impactful to you should another catalyst come out on that particular stock or something like that. Sorry, guys. I'm still dealing with my voice here. I'm getting over that sickness. So I do apologize for the sounding like a 12-year-old. But hey, it happens. All right. Thursday was the last day for getting the dividend. Yeah, we'll see. I know that some people said that they already saw it within their account, but I'm not sure. I'm just going by off of what the press release says, and I think that as long as you're holding a position by that date, you should be receiving dividends. So just wanted to give another shout out to Jason. Appreciate the donation, buddy. Always like to shout out those folks that are continuing to support my channel and support our cause. So thank you very much for that. Not much else going on as far as questions go or any other tickers that people want me to check out. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right, Daniel. I apologize. So yeah, one business day before the date. So, yeah. So you would have had to own those stocks, I guess, on that Thursday then. Yeah. So you're right. My apologize. My apologies. You are correct on that. So, um, anyway, wanted to go over a couple things. So, the donation that we were, or the fundraiser that we had for our um, person in need was Jenny, and Jenny was so appreciative of everything that we were able to provide for her. And if you follow us on our Facebook page, I actually shared a video that she shared with us, thanking all of us for donating to help her get back on her feet after she lost almost everything in the fire that burned down her house. She even lost a pet in that fire. So very traumatic experience for anybody to go through, and I was so glad to see that we were able to help Jenny and just one of our own be able to give back in the way that we did. You guys at the time didn't even know who it was or what it was about. I just kind of gave you a very small, vague, brief backstory, but a lot of you just didn't care. You were looking to help, and I really do appreciate that. So kudos to all of you. I mean, I think it just speaks to the type of culture that we have and place that we've built here. So thank you very much for that. Travis said, "What state is Jenny?" Jenny's in upstate New York. So she's actually trying to get the house back, or at least solid shelter built up before the winter, so so they don't freeze their tails off. Right now they're just in a 30-foot camper. It's not very well insulated or anything like that. So they got a lot of work to do. I was glad to that we could at least help in some way. So I do see a couple of stocks here. SODE chilling with no volume. Yeah, SODE was a really frustrating one in my opinion. I actually went ahead and got out of that. SODE I really thought was going to be going places, and for the last 3 weeks it's really just not done anything. I really liked the potential there, and I really liked what the company stood for, what they were doing, and the share structure looked pretty good. It just seemed like every time somebody was buying, somebody was selling, and it just got frustrating. So I chose to get out because I felt like I could use my money and spend it better elsewhere. MCGI, nothing's changed with MCGI, Angelina. I think they're still looking to get current. It's a slow process for it. So they have been submitting their filings, and they've had some news that's come out, and those things just take time. So with MCGI, if you have the patience and the risk tolerance to hang around in that, then by all means go for it. Make sure you stick to your plan. But if you're trying to grow your account much faster, and you're not seeing the type of return that you want to see in the time frame or the time horizon that you've set for yourself, then maybe it's time to get out and look for some other potential elsewhere. So MCGI, I still have a position in it. I still see value in it, but again, my risk tolerance and my time horizons might be different than yours. So just kind of reevaluate that for yourself and see, what set yourself a plan and what your next steps will be. So Travis said, "Oh, okay. If she was anywhere near me, I'd be glad to donate all the linens." Oh yeah, that's nice of you, man. Yeah, so she's in upstate New York. I'm sure you could reach out to her, and feel free to do that. Again, she's on our Facebook page regularly, and likes to comment on all kinds of stuff. So if you want to reach out to her and maybe provide any kind of other assistance, by all means, go for it. Tara, any thoughts on IMTL rumors on deal to overstock? IMTL, I played it like a year ago, got frustrated with it. I don't know. I mean, I could revisit IMTL, but I really just, the way that it's traded in the past just scares me, and I think it's one of those things we'll just have to loosely look at. I don't have it on my radar, in my opinion. I don't think anybody should be, unless they have a really long patience, and so I think that's all it's going to take. So I don't know why IMTL is getting into a deal with Overstock. They don't have that many pictures. So for those of you who, let's just do it. I'll share my screen with you, and we can just go over IMTL and why I I just don't see the value in it, in my opinion. So, IMTL, they're an image protection company. Did I put that in right? IMTL, you dummy. Come on. So there are some things that are good about IMTL. I'm not going to like completely bash this stock. But, you know, they have 750 million authorized shares, which is a really decent share structure. Why this is not available, I don't know. But the share structure overall is decent. You know, we'll go with that. So, you know, could it be that they are having a deal with them? I don't know. In my opinion, though, I just don't see it going anywhere. I mean, it would have to be something really amazing for IMTL to go anywhere. You know, this is about as frustrating as PHIL, or Phil as we call it. It seems like sometimes, you know, all the great news could come out on it and just nothing happens. And so this is kind of what's been going on with IMTL. Look, this is the daily chart over the last 4 or 5 months, and it's just kind of like been in this you know, pattern here, this channel sideways action going on. It just really hasn't done anything. You know, had that great spike back here, fall, this is when I played it, fall of 2017, and since then it's just been in a downtrend and just this sideways crap going on. So I don't know, it's gonna have to be real serious news, and I just don't see how it's gonna go anywhere. I mean, you know, obviously it's got some nice swings going on, so if you're looking to make a day trade or two, maybe that's something to look at. But as far as making a real solid play, I don't know. Something that you're just going to have to, I guess, make your own decisions about and check it out for yourself. So, all right, let me see what else we got going on here. CMGO, yeah, we're just still waiting game for CMGO. Tara said I got it cheap, moved 18% and popped on my radar. Oh, yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know. Still see value at 00. Oh, I guess you guys are still talking about CMGO. Yeah, so I still see value in CMGO. I think it's there. It remains to be seen, you know, what's going to happen with the settlement. Again, with court cases, they take time. So, again, this falls right back into that, you know, whatever your risk tolerance and time horizon looks like, whatever plan that you've set up for yourself is what you need to stick to. So if you don't see value in something like CMGO anymore, and it's a position that you're in, and you want to get out because that's what your plan is, then you should stick to that plan. Don't deviate from that. You know, just stick to it. If your time horizon has passed and it hasn't done the things that you wanted to do, then maybe it's time for you to get out, move on, and look for something else that has the potential that you're looking for. So with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. So if you guys have been, you know, if you joined me for the first time, thank you for your time, and I hope that I earned a subscription from you. If not, it's cool, totally fine. But if you want to subscribe, go ahead and do that, and click on the alert bell so you'll get notified every time I go live and we have these nice informative talks. I go live 5-6 nights a week, and we'll just talk about whatever's going on throughout the day. Maybe a little bit of tips here and there on, you know, what to watch for, how to identify this or how to identify that, and you'll get notified as long as you click that bell. If you like this video, smash that like button. I'd really appreciate that. Support this channel, and check us out on WeTradeHQ, guys. All the links are below in the description. So WeTradeHQ.com is our platform, our social community where we all get together as like-minded individuals and talk and converse and learn from each other, as well as I didn't mention the most important part is that it's absolutely free. So everything's free on the website except for you know, just the courses and mentorships. You know, there's going to be paid services, but to be able to use real-time, you know, close to real-time data and chat live about those stocks. You know, if you were watching me on my screen, I was utilizing WeTradeHQ as we were doing our due diligence, And yeah, it's all absolutely free for you to use. You know, you're not obligated to purchase anything on that site. You can use it for what it is, for absolutely free. So I encourage you to check that out. All the links are in the description. All my social media is down there as well. And that is all I got for you guys tonight. As always, I will see you all before the bell. And Beast Smith is out. See you guys.